It's Monday morning. Today, again, it's raining. It's supposed to rain all week. It's been raining for like the past month, so it's kind of been really bad weather for farming. But luckily in the tunnel, everything's looking pretty good. But I got a lot of ripe tomatoes. I don't know if you can see all those, but they kind of need picked now, and so we're gonna pick a little bit for the marketplace downtown in Philippi. I'm not gonna pick too heavy because I want to have stuff for the Westover market tomorrow. We're also going to do maintenance on some of the tractors and change the oil. I also need to seed some more brassicas and lettuce, and yeah, just keep at it, trying to stay busy with this weather, but it's really hindering anything that we can do outside. So my cherry tomatoes are getting way too tall, and so I'm doing this ratcheting system where they're clipped onto this, and if I squeeze the lever in, it goes around the whole turn and drops down the plant. And what you do is you cut back all of the stem where it's going to lay down and make new roots on the ground. But I'm just trying to figure out the finer details of, do I push them all over to the left? Do I try to coil up the stem? I'm not exactly sure, but I think I'm going to push everything to the left and see how that works. Still working on the tomatoes. I'm about a third of the way through the first row, but it is still raining. It's hard to see really, but anyway, it is raining. It's been raining. It will continue to rain all week. We really need it to dry up a little bit and the sun to come out. Still working on the tomatoes. I'm about 3/4 of a row done, but they're looking pretty good. And learn a little bit for next year about different ways that I should do it. Probably start off with the ratcheting system. I didn't use them because last year when I used the ratcheting system, I actually had maybe 10 or so snap, and just wiped out a bunch of my tomatoes, so I didn't want that to happen. But I don't know, maybe it was just a fluke. I'll try it again next year. I'm on the last tomato plant on this row, and I thought I'd do a little bit more detailed here. You'll see that this tomato plant is strung up, and it's pretty tall. So what I'm doing is I have this new string over here. I'm going to take the tomato plant, I'm going to bring it alongside the new string, clip that up until the new string is all the way down to the bottom. Then I'm going to snap this string down, just cut it, and the whole plant will fall a little bit and it'll go to the left. And what the end result will look like is this. I've cleaned up the bottom of this one. It's leaning to the left, and it's got the new string about halfway up it, and it's lowered down just a little bit. So I got the new string on, and the one that's taut right now, that's the old one, so I'm going to cut it. Plant falls down, slips a little bit to the left, and then I'm going to strip down the bottom of the plant. And once the plants grow a little bit taller, we reverse the whole thing and go to the right. End of day, I'm going around feeding up the animals, collecting the eggs. Got that one row done. It took a lot longer than I expected. We got the oil changed in the tractor, we replaced the headlights in the chip van, and just did some general maintenance on the other machinery as well. Overall, not a bad day. It's Tuesday, another market day, picking for Westover. It's kind of decent weather, not raining yet. Anyway, so I'm getting ready to pick the tomatoes and then keep picking and try to get things done fast so I can do some outside work before the end of the day. Forgot to do a video of picking the tomatoes, but we ended up getting basically 3 full yellow tubs, which are a little over a bushel each. It's a toad. Hello, little guy. So Jeff's headed up to the market, and I'm working on stringing up these cherry tomatoes. I got all the cherries actually done. I just added a new layer. Keep them up for the most part. Make it so we can actually walk through some of these aisleways. yeah, it's a little bit of a workout doing this, but I'm gonna start on the regular tomatoes, which start here, and just basically push these guys up. And that way we can walk through this row and keep the tomato plants off the ground. I got all the tomatoes that I can for today done, strung up, and now I'm working on getting this nice vinyl off. It's a pain in the butt. We tried using a heat gun and it was just ripping and peeling off, so we got this stuff called vinyl off, and it's just a solution you're supposed to put on the stickers and it'll help peel it off. We'll see if it works. So I've applied the product, I'll let it sit for the recommended time, and you know what? It's actually somewhat working a little bit. I got all that section off without it really flaking. And that was difficult before, but now the vinyl's kind of sticking together and coming off in bigger pieces. So cool.